Back to the program and welcome back, Ron the Car Guy.
Hooray!
Ron the Tan Guy is what we should call him here. He's been gallivanting the country, apparently finding sunshine wherever he went.
I bring sunshine with me.
Oh,
There's just this ray that, yeah.
Well, good to see you here, and this is perfect timing because Ron set this up last week to talk about this topic, and it's in the news this morning. Molly just got done talking about the airbag.
And I kind of messed it up, so sorry, I screwed up the story.
But I love the fact that Molly gave me the great lead into what I was going to talk about. That's awesome. Thank you.
Now, what are we talking about this morning?
Well, we're going to talk about recalls on vehicles, and you know, Molly was talking about the airbag recall that's going on, and it actually isn't just a Toyota problem. It's a Japanese manufacturer of airbags, but those airbags are built for and sold to up to 6 different auto manufacturers. So
if you have more than just a Toyota, you might have one of these airbags.
Absolutely, absolutely. A great way to compare it to would be like a tire. You know, Goodyear makes a tire, but it's used on all different kinds of cars and stuff. The manufacturer of this airbag that they're having problems with, they're used in more than just Toyota vehicles. They're used in other vehicles as well.
And it's a shrapnel problem, like it's putting out pieces of plastic or
correct,
metal?
Correct. It has to do with how it's built and designed, and evidently, you know, the pieces in it aren't as robust as they'd like to be, or it isn't as clean. So when the airbag goes off, you get plastic shrapnel that comes out at you as well, which
breaks when it
exactly. It creates the problem.
Now, who eats that money? The manufacturer or the auto builder?
Well,
person?
the NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic and Safety Association, is going to be part of mandating the recalls, and so initially the manufacturer of the vehicle is going to eat that, but obviously they're going to go back against the company that built the product, but that doesn't always work. A great example is a few years back, General Motors had a device on their vehicles that would heat your windshield washer fluid up to, I think it was 100 degrees in the wintertime before it sprayed out to help melt the ice. And the wiring for that system was defective, and it caused cars to start on fire.
No. Then that's extra warmth. That's all right.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how it melted it. Just get the whole car in flames, and then the ice would be gone. It's pretty easy.
Heater works great.
But they they recalled it, and then of course they went back to the company that manufactured that, and it was a small company. I mean, that was like one of the only products they made, and it forced that company into bankruptcy. I mean, they couldn't. You know, they couldn't
continue.
Yeah, exactly. So now we can't get heated windshield washer fluid anymore because the guy went out of business. So,
but it seems like this is the norm for this past year.
2014 is definitely going to go in the record books as the year of automotive recalls. To date, or as of last week, 52 million vehicles have been recalled since January 1 of 2014.
Wow.
And we're not done. We got a few months to go. And the record prior to that was in 2004. In the entire 12-month period, 30.8 million cars were recalled.
So we've already broken the record.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, 2014.
Something to be proud of.
Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's a great question. Right now, there's been 544 separate recalls, which involves different models and makes of vehicles. Some cars have been recalled multiple times for multiple problems, and what we're seeing is some of it's a change in procedure. You know, General Motors kind of got their hands slapped over the ignition switch deal and stuff a while back, and so they're quicker to recall vehicles now. They're trying to stay ahead of it, and they've also they're actually recalling vehicles that they don't even make anymore. I mean, they've got recalls out on 6 models that they don't even build the cars, so they're going back further. They're going back to older vehicles and recalling, you know, issues that were there as well. And so when you look at that 52 million cars, 26.5 million of them are General Motors recalls. And that doesn't mean that General Motors is a bad car. It doesn't mean that they can't build cars. They're just being a little more proactive on recalls than other manufacturers. And we're starting to see other manufacturers step up. I mean, you know, Chrysler's really, you know, coming onto the recall front, so to speak. And you'll see the other ones, you know, follow as well. But My personal opinion, I have nothing to back this up other than it's my opinion. I don't think stuff is tested as well as it once was.
I was going to ask you that if they're cutting corners on testing.
Yeah, I think quality control, not that cars are lesser quality. I mean, you buy a car today, I mean, it's probably the best built car out there, but the individual components, so much of that is subcontracted out. The manufacturers pretty much anymore, they don't make anything that goes on a car. They assemble it.
And this goes back to the discussion we had before when people say, well, it's an American car. Well, no, it's not. The parts come from all over the world now.
It's assembled in America.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Bosch, for example. Bosch is a German company that makes all kinds of electronics and fuel systems, stuff like that. You can't buy a vehicle today that doesn't have Bosch components on it. And the airbag company's a prime example. There's one company and they're making airbags for 6 different manufacturers. So cars are assembled; they're not manufactured anymore.
Now, being the car guy that you are, a company recalling a car, is that a good thing or a bad thing when it comes to the consumer?
Well, I think for the consumer, it's a good thing. Because it's going to prevent a problem down the road. I mean, and the thing to keep in mind about recalls is they're almost always safety related. So
it's for your benefit.
Exactly. They're not going to recall your car because a piece of chrome discolors.
Right.
They're not going to recall your car because the paint fades on the left front fender. But they will recall your car if the windshield wipers quit working, if there's a suspected fuel line problem, brakes, airbags that blow shrapnel at you, dyes going down the road. I mean, they're all safety related. So I think that is good for the consumer. And they don't wait. I think on the airbag deal, there's been one person that's been injured, and they identified there's a problem. They don't wait until multiple people have been injured and there's multiple complaints. So I think it's good. I would prefer that we didn't have to recall 52 million cars. Yeah.
So if I have one of these cars, do I call somebody like you and then you'll put the new airbag in, or do you need to go to the manufacturer dealer?
It does have to go to a dealership, and the reason for that is because there is government involvement tracking this. They want to make sure that was done. So if you went to like anywhere and got it, the airbag replaced or whatever the recall was, they don't have tracking in place, and so it needs to go back to the manufacturer, and they're not fixing it for free. So like a Toyota vehicle, for example, when you take it to the Toyota dealer, Toyota gets paid for the parts and labor that are installed.
By who? Not you, though.
No, by Toyota.
By the company.
Yeah, the company does.
You won't have to pay
but there's sometimes misconception that they don't want to do it because they're not getting paid or it's a free repair.
So don't call them.
Yeah, but they get paid to do it. I mean, it's a reduced amount, but they get paid. And then
now, is there a place that people can go and check to see if their car is?
There's a couple of great ways to do that. I mean, they will contact you. They will hunt you down if your car's under recall. They will search VIN numbers and vehicle records, and they'll send you mail. But you can go to safecar.gov, safecar.gov. And it's a website, and you can put the VIN number of your vehicle in, and it will come up and show you if there's any recalls applicable to your vehicle. But even we got a picture of it up there. That's awesome. You guys are on it today. But also that will tell you if there's a recall out there for your vehicle. But that particular site isn't as up to date. It's not going to know if the recall's been performed. So what I like to do, the best thing to do is to contact the manufacturer with the VIN number, or you can contact us. We have a software program, and it will tell if there's any open recalls. So let's say Jason had a recall for a fuel line and a brake problem on his vehicle. We can run the VIN number, and if the brake line problem's been fixed, we will know that.
Okay.
And so you just ask if there's any open recalls, and you can either call the dealership that handles the vehicles, or if you want to contact us, we can check it for you too.
All right, good. So the year of the recall.
Year of the recalls. Kind of like the year of the dragon. I don't know if that's any good or not.
Now we know the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey once said. Good job, my friend.
Well,
Welcome
thank
back.
you.
Good to have you here, man. It is 6:52. We'll be back. Totally serious news coming up next. Peyton Manning set a brand